Alright, everybody, let's build scales. Okay, so to build a scale, all you need to understand is half steps, whole steps, and your good old musical alphabet with the sharps and flats. Okay, and that's it, and here it is. Alright? Now, you've probably heard of different kinds of scales. Most common ones, major and minor scales. Okay, so let's talk about a major scale. Major scales are what was sung in sound music with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And so there should be a little do right here. And so we'll draw that in right there. A little do, a little do, and 8. Okay? So now, so you're familiar with it? It's, if you're learning, You Are My Sunshine, Happy Birthday, so many super common songs that sound happy are using a major scale. And so what is this thing, and how you made it? So it has a pattern, and it's, and I'll explain it in a second, but it's whole step, so whole step, little step, whole step, little step, okay? And this is a little L, okay? Or a little bit half. But we can also turn this into H, if you like. Half step, okay? Now, what do I mean by this, okay? Let's start here at A, okay? The first letter we use, the first note we use, is going to be what key we're in, okay? So if you're in the key of A, you start on A. How about the second note? How do we get to the second note? That's going to be right here, okay? Well, in between the first note and the second note, that's going to be a whole step. So how do we get there? Like we discussed in the last video, a whole step means that you go 2 half steps, which means go up 2 of these notes. And so we start at A. Here's a half step up. We got to go whole. So we go 1 more half, make a whole, and that first note, the second note will be. So start at A is 1. Our second note will be B. Now, there's another whole step between the second note and the third note in the scale. And where we're at? So we're at D right now. And so we got to go another whole step up. So we skip this one and go up to the next one, and that's a C sharp or D flat. We'll just write C sharp. Yeah, C sharp. The next one is a half step, meaning we don't have to skip that, we just go to the next one. C sharp, so that's a fourth. Their fourth note in the scale is D. And then what we have that, a whole step. So we skip that, we're starting at D, we skip one, go to the next, and that gets us to E. So our fifth is E. Our sixth note is another whole step away, so we're at E, we go up half, skip over this one, to this one, and that makes F sharp. Or G flat, same thing, we'll use F sharp. Seventh note, same thing, we skip here, to go here, and that's going to be a G sharp, since that's a whole step up. And finally, it's just another half step, but here, 1 half step up from G sharp takes us back to A. And so half step up from G sharp, there you go, takes us to A. And so what do? We went from this pattern of going whole step, half step, whole step, half step. We just made the A major scale, which here would be A, E, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and back to A. Okay. Now, you can start from any place on here. So you could say, I want to play out of the key of A sharp or B flat. Common one, too, a lot of jazz tunes there. If you want to play out of B flat major, instead of starting out, you start at B flat. And then you just go up a whole step from B flat. And so you skip over the B, and so your B flat is 1 here. And so note 2 in the scale, you find by skipping over the B and landing on the C. So 2 would be C. The third note, you find by doing another whole step. So we're on C. We'll skip over C sharp and go to D, and then do the third. And on and on and on, until you come back around to B flat, A sharp. Just as another example, it says, if we want to do, excuse me, we want to do them all, we'll say for D, okay? Let's say we started in D, common fill tune. So the second note in our scale, or first is going to be D, because that's what key we're in. We're talking about D major. We're going to do a whole step up to E. So our second note will be, skip this one, go to E, so 2 will be E. Another whole step to get to our third note. We'll be skipping F to get to F sharp. So that'll be our third note, F sharp, or G flat. Then a half step up to get to our fourth note. 4 here will be G, because that's just the next note from F sharp. Our fifth note will be a whole step, so here we go. So we got to skip over this one. That's 1 half step, and we take 1 more half step to get to a whole, and that takes us back around to A. And so 5, fifth note out of D major is A. And then there's another whole step, so we skip here, go to D for 6, guess a little more. 7 is another whole step. So we go skip C, and land on C sharp. And then to get back to D, what do? That's just a half step away. And so I'll write 8 here, which is D, but realize then this just starts the pattern all the way back up. So I could have just drawn an arrow from C sharp back to 1 and kept on going up. Okay, so that's how you build a major scale. I hope that's helpful. Major things, didn't mean to do that, but major things to pull out of this is this whole step, half step, and then the 2 holes in the beginning to a half step, but then there's 3 half steps. So then it's whole step, half step. Alright? And that creates a major scale if you run along the musical alphabet like that. Other thing to notice is that the notes, each note you use, has a number. What key you're in is number 1, and then your second note is a whole step away, and the third note is a whole step away. So you can count up the numbers of the notes in the scale. For instance, here 1 is D, so 4 is G, 5 is A, and so on. So next we'll talk about minor scales.